Good afternoon, everyone. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I had a good weekend. Um, Saturday, I worked, and I tell you what, it was probably one of the slowest working days that I've ever had. I was getting some things done, uh, at work Saturday, and I was getting a little parched. I was needing something to drink, so I went and got me a carry-out glass and put some tea in it. And I was, standing drinking and looking at the computer screen and noticed that the time was only 5:30, and I thought to myself, I've only been at work for 2 hours and 33 minutes, and it had to pick up sooner or later, and it never did. Saturday was probably one of the slowest working days since I've been there, and I've been there almost a year. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. I still got things done. One of my favorite coworkers was there, so she kind of helped make the time go a little faster because we got some things done. Got to talk a little bit about things. There's nothing per we. Um, it's one of them things where we just work better together. You know, um, she has her own quirkiness about her way she likes to do things, and I have mine. But we we feed off each other. It's a good thing. We work well together. Stuff gets done. I notice when we work together that it runs smoother. We're back in the back where we're making the pizzas and things. But I don't think anything we did Saturday night could have made the time go any faster than what we'd hoped. It was just so slow. It drug on. I didn't think friggin' 10 o'clock was ever going to roll around. That way, I could get things put together and um, clock out and go home. It was just one of them bad nights. But it is what it is. People come out. When they want something to eat or this, that, and the other. They'll come out or whatnot. And so hopefully, I don't know, maybe one of these days things will get better and people start coming out, going out to eat more. Because I think, if I remember correctly, I think we only had 3 tables the whole night, 3 on a Saturday night, and that's bad because before all this pandemic thing started, we were we were full. We had a full house on Friday and Saturday nights, but not now. Not now. Here lately, I've been working days on Fridays, working 10 to 3, and it was just like Saturday. Nobody come in. People you normally get paid on Fridays, and you would think, you know, they would come in, but nope. I don't know. I guess people just afraid to do anything anymore. Of course, I don't blame them because you just don't know who you can and who you can't trust anymore to do anything. They, I don't know. I guess people are just set in their ways and just don't want to do anything, which is fine. I don't blame them. It's not their fault. We didn't ask for this, but it is what it is. One of these days, like I said, we'll rebound. Um, yesterday, yesterday I put a pot roast um, on. I put it in my crock pot. Got everything together and cooked it for 8.5 hours. The meat was good and tender, and the potatoes and the celery and the onions. The only thing I had problem with was the carrots. I can't figure out why the carrots didn't get as cooked as the rest of it. They wasn't uh, they wasn't as salt as I thought they would have been. I guess you could say they were just a hair undercooked. 'Cause, I mean, they were a little hard, but not too hard. Where I couldn't eat them. So I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know. What I could have done. Um, like I said, I done them. I put it on at 10 o'clock yesterday morning, and for 8 hours, and I let it go. Because at 5 o'clock, when I checked it to 5 o'clock, I noticed the carrots. They wasn't getting done. They were still a little hard. I thought, well, I'll let it go for an extra 30 minutes. So while I let it go, I done I done my nightly routine, shaving, shower, and all of that. And so I thought, well, maybe once after I get my shower and sit down a few minutes and wait, and I checked them, at like 5:45, and they were, they still wasn't, soft, but they wasn't hard as concrete, but they just still wasn't. I don't know. It still wasn't getting done. So I thought I'll just let them go another 15 minutes. So in other words, I done that pot roast for about 9 hours. Give or take. A few minutes. But I was getting hungry. My stomach, it was rumbling and saying, feed me, feed me, feed me. And so I went and broke one and tasted it. I mean, it was all right. I mean, it had to be because I was getting hungry and I wasn't going to let it go any farther, than, the 8.5 hours that, no, almost 9 hours that I had it in there. I wasn't going to let it go any farther because um, the potatoes were starting, they were starting to get a little brown and the meat was starting to get a little um, burned a little bit. So I decided, just to shut her down, turn the lid around, where the steam could come up and make the apartment smell good. And I put it out, and I flipped it over to warm on the crock pot, so it'd sit there, and stay warm while I was eating. And I got to thinking, well, I don't want to do that. So I set the bowl on the couch and went over there and shut it off. And what I thought I'd unplugged it from the wall. Once I shut it off, it was still going. I guess it just, whatever heat was still in there, it was still cooking it. Well, I sat back down, I smelled something burning. I got up and it was little burnt on some of the meat when I didn't, after I stirred it up a little bit, the juice that it made had evaporated and some of the meat was sticking to the bottom of it. I got to look and I forgot to unplug it and take it out of its thing. So once I ate and, put it in another bowl, then I'd realized I hadn't taken it completely. I didn't take it out. I left it in the glass part of how the meat, but then the bottom, that controls the temperature and things. I left it in there, so I scraped, got all of it out, put it in a white bowl and set it on the stove, and let it cool before I could, before I put it in the refrigerator. I think about 7 o'clock last night, and it got cool enough, where I could go ahead and stick it in the refrigerator. It's just something I always did, and something that I learned from my grandma. Every time she made a big meal, once everybody, got their fill, she'd always put it in her bowl and set it. And said it, she said, I guess it stayed fresher longer or cool better, if you let it sit out, and instead of putting it, put it in a bowl and sticking it in the refrigerator while it's still hot. I guess that's what she meant. I don't know. That was a long time ago, and she's gone now. So that's another story for a different day. So I guess if you can all tell that I've decided to grow out my goatee, I decided, to do that. Um, Nobody's asked me to do it. It's just something that I decided to do after put the last vlog up. Like 6 or 7 days ago. Whenever I done the last one, I thought, well, I'm just gonna let it grow out and see what it looks like. But as you can tell, there's a little gray in it, but that's all right. I guess it just shows my age and the wear and tear on me. And no, I'm not collaring it. Uh, just the way I am. I mean, I don't care. I mean, nobody sees it but me and the ones I work with. When I take my mask off to go home, or before I put it on before I start work, but nobody said anything. I mean, there's nothing they can do about it because nobody, like I said, I'm covered with my mask, so people come in, they don't know it's there. Which I'll keep it on all winter, and probably sometime April, May, I may shave it off. I don't know. It all depends on what happens between now and then, and whether this coronavirus is still around. If it is, I may keep it. I may keep it for a while. I don't know. Just depends. But I had it. I had my goatee last summer. I think I shaved it off for all the wrong reasons. I liked it, but I don't know. Just my head thinking, well, you need to take it off, take it off, take it off. So I did, and I regretted it. I went all winter without it because that's usually what I do. I usually start growing it out about the middle of September, and having it all winter. It's just one of them things that I did. When I first started doing it, I had somebody encouraging me, to grow it out, and but I thought, okay, I'll just do it for this person, and so I did. But somebody somebody told me it makes me look older and all of that. I thought, well, I can't look no older than what I am. Um, I can't look no older than 51 because that's what I am. I don't know how these people think, it makes me look, but who cares? It's just me. I wanted it, and so I decided to grow back out. And like I said, we'll see what happens, see where it goes, see if I keep it, for a full year or shave it off. I don't know. I guess I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But for right now, it's going to grow out. And I'm going to keep it short like it is, you know, because there's a few times before I shaved it off, I let it go and it got a little bushy and thing. I thought, no, this got to be trimmed up. Then I trimmed her up. Then after I looked at it, once I got it all trimmed up and things, I thought, it's not going to stay. So I got my hair clippers out and shaved it down small enough, where I could put shaving cream on it and take a straight razor and get it all the way off. And I did. I regretted it, but I decided not to grow back out last winter. So last winter is the first winter that I'd went without my goatee, because I'd carried it for a while. But even if I'd have had it last winter, when I first started working, I would have probably had figured out a way to cover it up, so people wouldn't complain, they were getting hair in their food and all that. But or I may have just shaved it off. But before I got hired, I'd already had that, so I didn't have to worry about it. But now I don't have to worry about it now because we have to wear a mask while I'm working. So, like I said, nobody sees it, and it's short enough now where nothing's going to fall out, and you know. But I'm gonna do what I can and keep her short. I gotta get a new trimmer, I guess. The one I've got, I guess it's so old, it's not. I just put a brand new battery in it the other day, and it just it it just bogs itself down. I was trying to uh, trim around my lips a little bit because it was getting a little sticky there. It was every time I'd eat, something would stick me in the side of the mouth. So I was trying to trim it back a little bit, but it just bogged down. So I had to stop that and find scissors and trim it down a little bit. But now when I close, when I eat and things, I don't get stuck and don't have to worry about food. Or I'm not gonna let it get as thick as I have. I'm gonna take care of it. Not like I hadn't before, but I'm just gonna make sure it stays short. Like it is now, and that way when if somebody sees, they're gonna say, well, what's growing in there? Well, there ain't nothing growing in there, and there ain't nothing in there that's gonna jump out and bite you. You don't have to worry about that. I take a bath every night. So the only thing that I worry about with it is my skin gets dry underneath of it. But I try to. I don't have no hand lotion, so I don't know how to. I don't know what to put on it to keep my skin from drying out underneath of it. I guess I need to uh, find some hand lotion, that guys use and things, and that way I can, put it on my goatee, put it on my skin under, around my goatee and things, and keep my skin dry. That's one thing I noticed, when I first started doing it. My skin would get dry and it'd flake off and things. So I thought, and I mean, I hadn't done anything, then, but I will. Excuse me. I will this time though. Keep it looking good. Keep it looking neat. Not doing much today. Just sitting around. Gonna do laundry after a while because I got to work in the morning, which is good because usually when I'm off, I'm usually bored. Since I've had my satellite reduced just to local channels, there's usually nothing on, and I really don't want to fire up the Blu-ray, watch a movie, because then if I start one, then I want to, just keep watching them. I just finished the Harry Potter series. I started that one, and I finished that one a couple weeks ago. It don't matter how many times I watch it, it still gets better and better every time I watch it. And I got another one called The Hobbit. And there's a 3 film. There's 3 DVDs in that set, and I watch it too, just just the kind of movies and things that I'm into. And when there's nothing on TV, then I'll just flop one in because there's nothing on right now. So I may watch a movie here directly. I don't know while this is uploading. I don't know. We'll just have to see and see what happens between now and while this is uploading. Because I get bored. I get bored easy. I don't like sitting around. I mean, there's really nothing for me to do outside. Just sit and watch the leaves fall and and the colors on them change. Because I think one day this week is the first day of autumn. I think that's tomorrow. I think tomorrow's the 22nd or whenever. Then they'll be starting to, they'll start changing colors and falling off the trees, and the trees will be bare until they start blooming out next spring. But while I'm sitting here, I can look out across the way there and watch every once in a while the wind's blowing, the tree or the leaves are falling off the trees and things. So it's good. I just sit here and watch. I could do that all day long, but then pretty soon I'd get bored of that and have to find something else. Um, I've got a book, I could read it, but I don't know, I just get bored. I get bored pretty easily. I mean, when there's nobody here but me, nobody to talk to. Um, I get pretty bored. I got some games on my iPad that I can play, but it's not fun, playing by yourself. You know, I've got a war game that I built an alliance for my, that I thought people would join, but I can't get in others, so I just try to stay off of it. But every once in a while, I'll get on there and play for a couple hours, and I get bored with that pretty easily. I try to, well, I stay off Facebook as much as I can because, I mean, there's nothing on there and this, that, and the other. Some days I think about just deleting Facebook altogether and getting away with all my social media. And then when I do that, then I regret it because somebody send me a message and things, and I have to re-download it. So I stay off of as much as I can because that's usually how uh, work gets a hold of me. Instead of calling my phone or anything, my boss will send me a message on Facebook Messenger and wanting to know if I work or how anything's going. When they don't uh, see each other. Usually, uh, we haven't been working together lately, but I think usually when I'm coming in to work, she's going home. So um, she usually likes to try to catch up with me and see how things are going and things. But I try to keep my conversations at work to a minimum. With people because I don't want people saying things they shouldn't. But it is what it is. People's going to talk. Oh, there's one other thing I was wanting. Hopefully I get some feedback on this. Where is it written that says that a man and a woman just can't be friends without people think they're sleeping together and doing hibbity dibbity? You know, every time I try to uh, make, I've got a good friend at work. Like I said, we're always close and talking and whispering because what we talk about is none of nobody else's business. But she's got a boyfriend. I'm fine with that. She's younger than I am. I mean, we just get along better. But there's been a couple people saying things that they shouldn't be saying, like, well, are they sleeping together? No, we're not. I'm not sleeping with my coworker. No. But it doesn't matter. I mean, people's going to gossip whether there shouldn't be no gossip. My personal life, her personal life is none of their business. We just work better together. We connect. Not physically. We just work good together. But there's a few people talking. They what they should be saying. They do anyway. I just let them talk and let it roll off the back. But it gets aggravating. Me and this girl, we try to be friends, but in the same sense, we just watch what we do, watch what we say, how we interact, because there's certain people at work want to talk. But like I said, it's okay. I mean, as long as if they're talking about us, then they're leaving somebody else alone. But it's frustrating, but it is what it is, and we just deal with it. We just laugh about it. Um, That's about all we can do is laugh about it, because we know there's nothing going on with us. I can sit here and say that till I'm blue in the face. Whether you all believe it or not, that's that's fine. But I'm here to tell you, I'm not in no physical relationship with anybody. I'm single as a Pringle, and from where I'm sitting, it looks like it's going to happen probably for the rest of my life. Because right now, I'm not living for nobody. I'm not. When I had the Envoy, yes, I was. Now that it's gone, I'm not. I'm just here to, put up vlogs when I've got something to talk about, and I go to work and I take my trash out. That's it. I try to stay away from people as much as I can, and just do what I do, which is nothing. Which is nothing. When I'm off, I just turn the TV on and let it be for noise. That's it. Whether anybody wants to visit me, talk to me, that's up to them. I'm not starting conversations with nobody because most time I don't have anything to say to anybody. It's just the way I am. I'm just not going to make up something just to be talking. I don't work that way. I'll give you an example. When I was married to my second ex-wife, when we were living in Ohio, she'd get mad because we'd go 2 or 3 days without talking. She said, "You need to talk." I said, "About what?" She said, "Just make something up." I said, "No, that's not the way I work. I'm not going to make up something just to have something to talk about. If I've got something to talk about, I'm going to talk about it. But I'm just not going to make up, talk about something that's not believable, not, don't exist. I don't work that way. I always want to make sure if I start talking about something, I'm going to have, something to back it up with. I'm going to have the facts and things. But other than that, I usually don't. I won't start a conversation with somebody just to start a conversation. You're going to say, hey, or send somebody maybe they're going to come back and say, what's up? You know, Somebody done that to me the other day. They sent me a message. I said, what's up? And they didn't say anything else. So that's fine. I think it might have been, they sent a message to the wrong person. I've had people do that before. They think, well, ain't this such and such? I said, nope. I tell them what my name is. Say, oh, I thought you was, this person. I said, nope. I've had this number, going on 3 years now. So, but, yep. I still get them every once in a while. Hey, I thought you were this person. Nope, I'm not. I've had this phone number, since 2017. So, whoever you thought had it before and gave you their new number and things. So with that being said, dang, this is going up to almost 30 minutes, so I'm going to cut this off and get it uploaded and see what I can do for the rest of the day. I have not a clue. I know one thing I got to do. I got to do laundry here after a while. Um, I guess that's going to be my big adventure for today is get my laundry done here directly and see what else happens. Until the next vlog, I will talk to y'all later. Have a good Monday. Bye.